How y'all doing? Grand Rising to the Moors. Peace and love to all. And if you are new to my page, I am Yoma Adebe. I am here to educate my people and basically everybody. You know, just not my people, but everybody. Please like and subscribe. If you haven't seen my first video, please go back to the first video, watch that one, and then come back to this one. But today is about, sharing some pointers to you all. I have my Moorish American flag in the back for the Moroccan Empire. Peace, love, truth, freedom, and justice are the 5 divine principles that we apply to our daily lives and eventually start to apply them and enforce them to the de facto government. With that being said, we're going to get started. I have a few pieces of documents, and I have some flashcards. I have some words that I wrote down for you all to be able to study. I hope you have a pen and a piece of paper, or you can just, replay my video. So, I have one of my documents here. It's very important. It's called the House Resolution 1203. And it says on line 3, whereas the Moorish Americans, whose ancient forefathers are the mothers and fathers of the human family, stand in these days as a commodity of descendants from the ancient Moabites and Canaanites, who were permitted by the old pharaohs of Kemet to traverse from East Africa and later formed kingdoms extending from the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa and the Atlantic islands onto the present-day continental Americas. Okay? That's just from line 3 to line 7. It's called the House Resolution 1203. Okay? I don't know if you guys can really see that, but it's House Joint Resolution 1203. Please read that. This was also recognized by Atlanta, Georgia, by the way. So that's a document that you all should acknowledge and have in your possession. Next document, it's also a very important piece of document that you need to have in your possession, which is the most famous speech of all times, which is the bankruptcy of the United States. Because I want you all to know that the United States is bankrupt, $222 trillion in debt. So they have no money. Okay? They have no money. But this is the most famous speech, which is the James Trafficant Jr. speech. Okay? Back in 1993 on March 17th. Read up on that, okay? It's I printed it out. It's about 3 pages. But read up on the bankruptcy of the United States, the James Trafficant speech, okay? That's also something that you guys need to have in your possession and read up on. It's basically talking about how the United States is bankrupt, okay? And how we as Americans, the true Americans, the aborigines, the aboriginals, how we are not supposed to be paying taxes, and how we shouldn't be citizens of the United States because we are not a part of it. So go and read that speech, James Trafficant speech, okay? Next document that we're going to go over, which is a lot. I'm not going to go over everything because I can't. It's just so much, okay? But just this document alone, this form of evidence is a very, 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 very important piece of evidence, okay? This document alone is the Treaty of the Peace and Friendship of the Moroccan Empire, which is that flag in the back. This is a treaty we made with the United States Corporation for them to come over here on our land and do commerce, to do business. This is the only way that the Europeans, aka Caucasians, that's their original status, were able to come on our lands and do business at all. They had to come through our empire, which is the Moroccan Empire of the Moors. This is the land of the Moors, okay? In order for the Europeans to set foot over here, to do anything over here, they had to go through this Peace and Friendship Treaty, which is back in 1787 on January. It gives you the royal seal. It gives you the letter that George Washington wrote to the emperor asking for permission. Everything is within this treaty. So please, my people, please read up on this. It's a lot. It is a lot. It's a lot. But guess what? In the future, it will help you. If you're really trying to correct yourself and get out of this de facto government of a jurisdiction, you will take heed and just really just study. This not going to happen overnight. Trust me, it's not. I found out about this going on a year now, and I'm still in the process of correcting my status. We're all chattel, wards of the state, corporations, okay? And in order to get out of that, you need to study. You need to learn the administrative process to get you out. And in order to get out, you have to study. You even have to do your own due diligence. Even the stuff that I'm applying to you guys and showing to you, you need to do your due diligence, okay? Anybody could lie to you about anything. So it's very important that you really study and look up the stuff that you come in contact with, because it's very important to learn, because our own people have enslaved us and kept us into this mental enslavement, keeping us into this hallucination, this matrix, okay? Because they have deals with the government. So keep in mind to make sure that you seek your information the correct way. Next that I want to present to you all is another document that you need to have in your possession, which is the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People, okay? That's who we are, indigenous. We're native to our land. Please, please read. Please read. Please read. Okay? This is telling you all the things that you possess, the power that you have, what another government or de facto government cannot do. So if you want to know about your resources that's already paid for, about your culture, your traditions, your heritage, all about the Declaration of Rights of Indigenous People, please read up on this. Also, I have a list of words that I want you guys, just a few words that I want you guys to take heed to when you're reading and you come across these words. Get you some flashcards, get you some index cards, write down these words that you have not heard before and their true definition, because it's a lot of things on here that give you false definitions. So be very careful on the information that you get in contact with. With that being said, first word I have on here is the straw man. Straw man. Alright? The straw man. Straw man is a corporation or a business name. A straw man is your name in all capitals, which makes you a corporation. You are a corporation. Corporation belongs to other corporations, which means you have to pay taxes. Corporations pay taxes. Definition of a straw man. is a person to whom title to property or a business interest in transferred for the sole purpose of concealing the true owner and or the business of the parties. Okay? This is what straw man is. Next word that we have. I cannot pronounce this word correctly. Auto Chahon. Basically, forgive me for mispronunciation of the word, but it means one who rises or grows out of the earth. It is spelled AUTOCHTHON. Please forgive my handwriting. I'm just writing this stuff very fast. But that's a word that you need to know because that's who you are. You're not black. You're not African American. You're not a Negro. Okay? Next word as well. We are Aboriginal. We are Aboriginal. Aboriginal. Aboriginal means of or relating to the people who have been in a region from the earliest time, relating to aborigines. Okay? Aboriginal. These are from the first people, first civilization. Aboriginal, from the original. Okay? You have American. Okay? We're going to tell you what American is. Okay? American. A native of America. You're a native. Originally applied to the Aboriginals or copper-colored races found here by the Europeans, but now applied to the descendants of the Europeans born in America. Okay? So, if you were born in the Americas, you are native. But if your descendants was also born in America, it makes you native. But if your original descendants are not born in the Americas, you are not an American. Okay? You're just born here, but you're not American. Next, nationality. Like I said, that's our flag in the back, right here. That's our nationality. Moorish American. You are a Moor. Nationality means, in law, membership in a nation or sovereign state. It is to be distinguished from citizenship. Okay, sorry. It is to be distinguished from citizenship, which means those are two separate things. All right? A somewhat narrower term that is sometimes used to denote the status of those nationals who have full political privileges. Okay? That's what a nationality is. Somebody who has their rights, their inheritance. They know who they are as a person, as a human being, as a woman, as a man. You have a nationality, your background, your culture, your heritage. Okay? Nationality. Black does not have a nationality. African American does not have a nationality because they both have their own. Alright? Another word, secure party. Okay? Secure party or redemption movement. Secure party is the administrative process to claim who you are and to correct your status, basically. So please read up on secure party or redemption movement. It's basically going to tell you that there is an administrative process that you have to do in order to pay, in order to take over your corporation name, and in order for you to send in your bills. Because like I said, your bills are already prepaid. But once you understand the administrative process on correcting your status and who you are, the next thing will be for you to learn where to send your bills to, because they're paid. for already. Okay? So please, please, very important. Secured party creditor is a must. And it's a must for the process in order for you to get out of this de facto government. Okay? Another word that we are so familiar with, but yet we're not. Fiat. Fiat currency, aka the Federal Reserve note, the dollar. Okay? The fiat. Currency by official order whose value is based on the authority's ability to pay. All currency is fiat. Fiat is fake money. It's a piece of paper. It's fake. Okay? It is a debt. It's fake. So you cannot pay a debt with a debt. So how is the government is issuing out all of this fake money? Because we believe in it. Whatever we believe in, because we hold the power. Whatever we possess and we believe in, we make it come true. We make it to where it's real because we believe it. We put our faith into it. We put our energy into it. Whatever we believe and put our energy into, we're going to manifest it. So just know that real money, lawful money, is gold, silver, and copper. That's real money. So if you don't have any of those, you need to start getting you some gold, silver, and copper. Because that's the lawful money. That's what you're going to use to bond your property up with. Whatever that you want to have in your possession when you correct your status, you need to have lawful money to back up your property, to back things up, to have it in a bond, in a trust, backed up by lawful money, because they can't touch that because they work with fake money, Federal Reserve note. Okay, so that's very important to learn that the Federal Reserve note, that dollar bill that we hurt each other over, that we kill each other over, that we become jealous over each other about, is fake. And it only is real because we put it in circulation. Alright? Next. Free man of the land. Alright? Which makes you and me, especially if you're a copper tone person, if you're a copper colored person, you are a free man of the land. Which means, okay, free man of the land. It means, it's a term commonly used with sovereign, okay? Sovereign is you and me. But when we don't correct our status, we are citizens. You can't be a sovereign citizen. Those are two different. What is that? It doesn't make sense. You're either going to be one or the other, okay? It's a term commonly used with sovereign, or somebody effectively trying to untangle themselves from a web of de facto government contracts, complicity that has resulted in a distinguishment of their natural rights. Okay, let's read that again. Free man of the land, all right, is a term commonly used with sovereign, or somebody effectively trying to untangle themselves from a web of de facto government contracts, complicity that has resulted in the diminishment of their natural rights. Okay? Study. Next word, sovereignty. Okay? Sovereignty. It's like sovereign. Sovereignty is the possession of sovereign powers. Basically, your own powers. Possessing yourself, your property, your things, your children. Okay? Your rights. Supreme political authority. Paramount control of the Constitution and frame of government and its administration. The self-sufficient source of political powers are derived. Okay? Self-sufficient. Sovereignty is you being in control of yourself. You governing yourself. Because you are the law. You are part of the law. So it makes you a sovereign. But when you don't correct your status, it makes you chattel. It makes you a corporation, part of another corporation. Okay? More. The word more. M-O-O-R. More. Okay? That's who we are, Coppertone people. We are Moors. An officer in the Isle of Man. Okay? It's basically telling you that you are your own being. You're entitled to your own self. That's what a Moor is, as well as a traveler of the seas and a navigator who summons the court for the several shadings. Okay? The office is similar to the English bailiff of 100. So basically, just study the word more, because know that that's who you are. You are an officer of yourself. You govern yourself. You are a traveler. You are a navigator. You like to move and not be in one place. So understand that we are Moors. De facto is the word that y'all need to really get in grips with, because that's the government, which is fake. Okay? De facto means used to characterize an officer, government, a past action, or a state of affairs which exists actually and must be accepted for all practical purposes, but which is illegal or illegitimate. Okay? De facto means illegal or illegitimate. And de facto is any part of the corporation that belongs with the government. That's officers, that's governments, there's judges. All of that is part of the government. Okay? De facto means fake. Fake as well. Illegal corporation. Next word is free white person. Okay? It is not a status for color. Okay? Just know that. Free white person referred to in Naturalization Act as amended by Act July 14, 1870, has meaning naturally given it when first used in First Stat 103 C3, meaning all persons belonging to the European races then commonly counted as white and their descendants. Okay? Basically, free white person means free person of the land. You born here on your land, your native land. It makes you native of your land. It makes you free of it. This is your land. How are you paying taxes on your own land? How are you going to allow a foreigner to come over here and make you pay taxes? Make you chattel to their fake government? All of this is fraud. They're going down in history as the top scammers of all time. Okay? You need to get yourself separated from the jurisdiction, the de facto jurisdiction. Okay? There's so much to learn out here and study that every day you learn something new. Every day you learn something new. So I encourage my people to really, really study. Look up the stuff that I presented to you guys. Study it. Get copies of this stuff. Have it in your possession. Figure out your administrative process on how you want to do it. Figure out these uniform commercial codes, which are the UCCs. Figure out the natural laws versus statutes versus codes versus policies. Natural law oversees everything. Last piece of document that I want to present to you guys. It's called the Hierarchies of Law. Okay, I have. It came out small, but I'm going to read it off to you guys. Okay, and then I have a big piece right here. Sorry about all of that, but it's called the Hierarchy of Laws. The first hierarchy of law is the universal law. All right. Universal law deals with energies. Whatever energy you put out must come back to you. Basically, like law of attraction. Whatever you manifest, whatever that you put out into the world, you're going to get back. So you make sure that you do good. You know, even if we was to mess up, correct it by learning something good from it. Because whatever you put out, you do harm to people, you be nasty, you be the opposite of good, you're going to get it back to you 1,000 times fold. So remember that. Universal law is the number one law. Natural laws. Okay? It's the second one. Natural laws. And all of these laws go in order. Okay? So the second one is natural laws. Natural laws deal with natural ways of all objects and beings which have manifested in the third dimension. Okay? With that being said, don't go against nature. You can't change it. No matter what you try to do, you just can't go against nature. When you go against nature, you're going to end up messing yourself up. That's like our higher conscience being our minds is telling us, hey, don't do this, don't do that. But we be like, oh, no, I know what I'm doing. I know I'm finna do this. And then do it. Then what? You mess yourself up because you didn't listen. You're going against nature. Okay? Next is laws of maxim. Laws of maxim is God's law, period. The creator, creatis, the supreme being, the supreme power of the all, of the whole universe, cosmos. Okay? These laws are the highest laws of the land, period. The highest laws of the land. They are rights given by God to all beings and cannot be taken away by anyone. Okay? Laws of maxim. Next is sovereign. Remember the word sovereignty? Now sovereign is you and me when you correct your status, okay? Sovereign is a natural human being, which you are. Flesh and bone and the soul. That's a natural human being. But when you are a corporation, they calling you a dead corpse. They calling you the walking dead, basically, okay? You are the walking dead when you don't correct yourself. Sovereign is a human being, a being that is master of self, knowing thyself, knowing who you are, taking back your ownership of your body, your vessel, your soul, your spirit. Operates under God's law. See, we are a part of the creator, creatis, the supreme being. So when we are a part of that, we have to operate under its laws, which is God's law, the maximum law. It has the ability to create laws and constitutions for itself and corporations that it creates. So basically, when you become a sovereign and you understand that you are sovereign, you create and enforce the laws and the Constitution because that's what you go by. That's what you live by. Those are your principles. So when you recognize who you are, you apply these principles to your daily life. You apply these principles to de facto government when you encounter the policy enforcers, aka police. They're called policy enforcers. Okay? So remember, you can self-govern when you correct yourself. Next is contract law. Contract law is basically anything you put your name on. If you sign your name on any piece of document, it becomes a contract. When you correct your status and you have to sign your name on a document, then you will sign your name the correct way by reserving your rights. Uniform Commercial Code 1-308, also known as 1-207. You reserve your rights when you sign your name. But when you don't correct your status and you around here just signing receipts, signing tickets, those are contracts. And you're signing them and you're waiving your rights. Okay? So, contract law is a set of laws which sovereigns worldwide adhere to in commerce, which means offer plus acceptance equals a contract. So if they present anything to you and you accept it and put your name on it, that's it. Okay? It doesn't matter that you're a sovereign. It doesn't matter about nationality. Okay, let's get that correct. It doesn't matter because you correct your status or none of that. If you go back and put yourself back into a contract with the government, you just lost that status of correction. So it's very important to study and learn to not put yourself back into the de facto jurisdiction of contract law. Okay? Next is treaties. Like I showed you all earlier, the Peace and Friendship Treaty. Treaties are contracts. Okay? Treaties are put in place so that both parties can understand the agreement. So with that being said, the Peace and Friendship Treaty that we have in place is for the corporation, United States, to come over here and do commerce. That's still in effect to this day. That still exists and is active. Okay? Treaties are the laws made between two sovereigns that deal with a particular tract of land. So the Moroccan Empire, which is this land over here, have a treaty, a contract in place with the de facto government for them to come over here and do commerce. So basically they are the ones supposed to be paying taxes to us on our land, not the other way around. But they found a way to make it the other way around, okay? Next is corporations, okay? Corporations. Corporations is, and I'm going to read this twice. A corporation, a dead fictitious entity, operates under the laws of the Constitution developed by the sovereign. Again, sovereign is you and me once we correct our status. Does not, okay, have the ability to create laws. Corporations does not have the ability to create law. They can only create codes, statutes, and ordinances, okay? They can only create codes, statutes, and ordinances. Again, a corporation, a dead fictitious entity, operates under the law of the Constitution developed by the sovereign. Does not have the ability to create laws. Can only create codes, statutes, and ordinances, okay? You guys need to see this. Corporation. Alright. Next one will be federal codes. Federal codes are codes which governs corporations within corporations. And it also includes the UCC. The UCCs are the Uniform Commercial Codes. That is your remedy. See, the de facto government, they it's frauds, okay? But they also have to give you a remedy out, which is the UCCs. So understand the UCCs, and that is your remedy. That is part of the administrative process to your secured party creditors, to get ownership of your straw man, okay? Next is police, corporations, and agents. We know what that is, right? Private agencies or corporations they belong to, equivalent to a private citizen. A citizen, again, a citizen is a corporation. Next is citizen. Citizen is a slave of the corporation to which it pledges, does not have rights, only has privileges which are given to it by the corporation to which it pledges. So basically, by you being a citizen, you getting privileges by another corporation. So basically, the government is giving you a privilege when they don't even got the right to give you that. Like I say, my people, I'm here to give out resources. I'm here to teach the people who want to learn. I'm still learning myself. And like I said, if you want to look up the stuff that I'm presenting to you all, I have my elders who I follow. My first elder who came to me, who was presented to me by my oldest brother, is Obashango L. He has a website, obashangoel.com. That's OBASHANGOEL.com. I also have Taj Tariq Bey. He's also one of the great elders and master teachers and adepts of this knowledge. You can look him up at RV Bey, BEY Publications.com. I also have my other elder who's also master. He's also good. He's very great at astrology and cosmos. His name is Atatuta El. He's on Facebook, and he is also on YouTube. I cannot remember how to spell his name, but if you go on my page, which is Yoma Adebe, you will see he's one of my friends, Atatuta El. You can also follow him. He's wonderful with the knowledge. But the most important thing that I'm going to leave you all with at the end of this video is to study and read up on Noble Drew Ali. Again, Noble Drew Ali. He is the one and last prophet that came over here to the United States and made the corporation take out this flag out the vault that they had hidden for many years. He is the one that brought back our nationality and told us Moors who we really were, and that we are not black, African American, or Negroes or colored people. We are copper tone, melanated people with pigmentation. You understand? So, with that being said, I love you all, and I hope that I can reach a few people. I would love to save the world, but I know I can't. So please do your due diligence so that we can come together as a nation to make this great change. Because that's the only way that we're going to see change, is us coming together and stop fighting each other. Love is the greatest key to the universe. Once you love to learn to love yourself, you can love everything else. Okay? You can love everything else. So please, my people, love truthfully, honestly, sincerely. Be committed to this, because this is a commitment. This is not something you just going to just do, gain some knowledge, and just, that's it. This is something that you really got to take heed to, and you have to connect back to your roots. Connect with your ancestors. Know who you are. Take your DNA test. Know who you are. Okay, my people? Please. And again, I love you all. Peace and love. And until next time.